Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to today's trade recap from today's price action, Thursday, February 19, 2026. Today I end up taking only one trade, end up being a loss. A pretty good trade. Just got chopped around, and I did some things right, I did some things wrong. So let's start first with the trade. Okay, first I had a bearish bias for the reason that we can go into it daily and we can understand that price action is like a story, and we can see that first we tap into this daily fair value gap, this bearish daily fair value gap. Then we had like confirmations going down. We didn't invalidate anything, but we had like some type of sell side liquidity to target. We had this intermediate low at the 4 hour. We also had previous day low right here. So I was leaning bearish because I saw those draws on liquidity and I wanted to get those. Previous day low and this intermediate low at the higher time frame. Then we can see in the 1 hour that we're respecting bearish, invalidating bullish. We come from this for value gap right here. We deliver lower and whoa, we can see that. Then a market open, we start like accumulating at the 15 minutes and the 1 hour. We can see that we're just accumulating, but we're respecting bearish. We had a 1 hour unfulfilled for value gap. So what I wanted to see is just a rebalance into this 1 hour for value gap, seeing that manipulation leg outside of the accumulation, then taking shorts out of it. So first the market open right here. We just accumulate. We came up to this 1 hour for value gap, and here we had like a 1 minute short with this inverse. But the thing is that I wanted to see the 5 minute inverse of this current trading leg because we were about to open 10 a.m. So what happened is that we can maybe just tap into this 5 minute, come into the 4 hour that opened up at 10 a.m. and then just keep going down. And that's what happened. What happened is that we tap into that 4 hour, and then we have like these inverses of the 1 minute. There's also like a 2 minute here, but I don't trade the 2 minute. I only trade the 1 minute because, well, that's how I do it. And I took my entry here when we invalidated this like fair value gap. So that was my entry. At first my stop loss was like right here, but since I didn't like too much like this stop loss all the way up here because I saw like this accumulation, I didn't like the inversion so much. Not gonna lie, I moved my stop loss to this like accumulation, like this order block or whatever you want to call it. I move it to that accumulation because I wanted to see just price react from this order block and keep delivering lower. But we just start accumulating. We never tap into my break even, and I got stopped out almost immediately. But well, I like this trade. It was pretty good. It was an A plus setup in my eyes because we had a open high, low close at 10 a.m. We manipulate into that 4 hour, and we have valid targets, and it's aligning high time frame narrative is aligning with lower time frame narrative because we have also these little stack lows over here, like low resistance liquidity. That was like my target. And yeah, that was it. Pretty basic trade. Something that I could have done differently is not moving my stop loss out of fear because this was totally emotional. Not gonna lie. I moved it because I didn't like the inversion that much, and I didn't accept the risk at the moment that I was taking the trade. And that's something really important that I need to do, is that accept the risk and just let it play out. And when I got stopped out, I just kept watching price. I didn't do anything. Then I saw that we manipulated above this, but it was like 11:20. I got off the charts. I stopped trading after this first trade because my rule is that I just take one trade a day. And something that I need to do better is listen to myself more because I doubted here if we inverse this gap because it was like pretty mid. But I was just taking the facts. That's what I did. I just took the facts and I just executed it. And something that I noticed is that since I moved my stop loss here, like the rest of the day, I was like fiending to take a trade because I was convicted to lower prices. We did end up taking my sells a liquidity on my targets, we end up taking it. But the thing is that since I did like this little stupid thing over here of moving my stop loss, I was feeling to take another trade because I made an emotional decision, and I know for a fact that if I left my stop loss just where it was at first, I would have just been okay with this loss instead of just trying to revenge trade in the afternoon. When I was at the gym, I was like looking at the charts because I wanted to take another trade, but I just deleted the app because it's not worth it just to destroy everything that I've worked for the last couple of weeks just because I didn't accept a loss and just move forward and understand that these type of things might happen, and it's everything like in my win rate. I believe that everything is in my win rate and everything is like inside of my of my statistic, like these emotional mistakes, human errors, and in this case it was irrational in my part. While I was like waiting for this trade, I was a little bit nervous, but I was more nervous because I was more focused on the outcome. And while I was trading, I was like journaling, like, okay, I feel nervous, but I just feel nervous because I'm attached right now to the outcome of this trade. So what I did is that I just took a breather real quick and just like, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter the outcome. I'm just gonna focus on the executing the edge and executing the facts that is that what is currently happening right now. And well, we just accumulated Chopia PA, and then we had an SMT with this high inside of the 4 hour, and then we end up having like a 5 minute and inverse, and then well, we delivered to these lows. But well, I'm kind of pissed at myself today for this little mistake. End up saving me like a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, like that doesn't matter because I didn't execute the edge properly. I'm putting my stop loss here and just like taking more care of my mental state and my mental health. That I believe that that's the most important thing in trading. And well, I just accepted it. I didn't do anything with at the rest of the day. I just kept going with my day and didn't look at the charts, just review and get this as more data and understanding and journaling why I was nervous while taking this trade and what can I do better for the next one, because I believe that sometimes when you're nervous, sometimes you gotta listen to yourself and journal what is going on. And that decision, it came out really irrational of my part. And if they didn't like the inverse that much, I just should have not taken this trade. But well, hey, what you gonna do about it? At the end of the day, it's just a trade, and I gotta get used to taking losses from time to time. And if I make an emotional mistake, just don't act on how I feel after taking the trade. Don't be a bitch, literally. Don't be a bitch and just move forward. It's just a trade. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I was right with my bias. Just that price ended up chopping and made this emotional decision right here. But a part of that, my analysis was correct, my bias was correct, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Just we gotta keep working on myself. I just gotta keep working on myself and keep getting better, and that's it. Literally, that's it. I would have gotten break even. It doesn't matter. I would have gotten break even. But well, yeah. Price action lately has been. It's not been my favorite. I'm just taking like 3 trades in 2 weeks. Let me erase this. I believe that it's also because I'm gonna turn off the executions. I believe that it's also because we are in this higher time frame, like accumulation range. Like we have internal price action, but higher time frame we are just in this accumulation. We are not seeking out any type of liquidity or anything. So we just gotta play it like that and just, well, it's gonna come better days. It's gonna come better months and everything. So yeah, more data to my journal. So yeah, pretty quick trade recap. I had to take a break of the charts after this little loss and just kept going with my day and recollect myself. but pretty happy of how I managed my emotion after this loss. So thank you so much, y'all, for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.